All right, so Sennheiser recently released their new Momentum Sport earbuds, which is not necessarily anything new. We've seen Sennheiser release sports-focused earbuds in the past, but this is the first time that their sport earbuds cost more than their flagship Momentum earbuds. So this definitely got me curious. I had to go ahead and order these so that I could compare them to the Momentum 4 and see if these Momentum Sport are now the best that Sennheiser has to offer as far as true wireless earbuds. So that's what we're going to talk about here in this video. And pretty much by the end of things, we're going to help you guys decide which one of these earbuds deserves your hard-earned money. So let's start off with the basics like the design. So as far as the case, it's got a silicone rubber finish pretty much all the way around. Even the hinge that allows you to open and close the case is made of the same material. Not exactly my favorite design because the lid just kind of flops around when it's open, but at the same time, I understand the design because the case is actually IPX4 water resistant. With these being sports focused earbuds, they're probably going to be subjected to some moisture here and there, whether it's water or sweat. So again, I do understand the design, but that floppy lid does tend to get on my nerves just a little bit. There's also a protective flap for the Type-C charging port, which again speaks to that IPX4 rating. So the case is obviously going to hold up a little better for the more active person. Something the case has in common with the Momentum 4 case is wireless charging. Now moving over to the earbuds, the first thing that I noticed is the slight difference in shape. The Momentum Sport are more rounded, whereas the Momentum 4 have a boxier shape. And for me, you guys know I have small ears, and the Momentum Sport feel better in my ears personally. They're just more comfortable. Now inside the box, you get an assortment of wingtips that you can use for a more secure fit. However, I had to go with the attachment without a wingtip simply because the wingtips were too large to fit properly in my ears. So if we're talking comfort, I'm going with the Momentum Sport. But as far as security, the smaller ear fin design of the Momentum 4 actually works better for me. Now, the most obvious difference between these earbuds is the ability to track your heart rate as well as your body temperature with the Momentum Sport. The earbuds themselves have built-in sensors, and Sennheiser actually partnered with Polar, which is a company that specializes in fitness trackers and wearables. And if you download the Polar app and use it along with the Momentum Sport, you can track some pretty valuable information during your workouts. It'll tell you things like your average heart rate, maximum heart rate, average body temperature, maximum body temperature, along with a few other things. So if you're someone that takes your fitness seriously, this type of information could be useful. Now let's go ahead and move over to connection. On paper, the Momentum 4 do have an advantage with Bluetooth 5.4 compared to Bluetooth 5.2 on the Momentum Sport. So I did an outdoor line of sight connection test with no obstructions to see how far away I could get from my device with each set of earbuds before experiencing any interruptions. Now both earbuds performed very well, but I did manage to get about 5 paces further with the Momentum 4, which probably comes out to around 8 to 10 feet. So they did have slightly better range. As far as multi-point connection, in my experience, they seem to be equally effective. I haven't really noticed any difference as far as using 2 devices at the same time. Now, for those of you that pay close attention to codecs, both earbuds have a pretty impressive list. However, the Momentum 4 do have a slight advantage there as well. I've never placed a huge emphasis on codecs. I think the actual driver that's in the earbuds plays the biggest role as far as sound quality. And speaking of sound quality, we'll definitely talk more about that here shortly. But for now, let's actually talk about the touch controls. So this really boils down to one thing. The Momentum 4 gives you more options. So you've got a single tap, a double tap, a triple tap, as well as a tap and hold. Whereas with the Momentum Sport, you've got a double tap, a triple tap, and a tap and hold. So naturally, the Momentum 4 gives you access to more features directly from the earbuds. Now, one thing that the Momentum Sport have that the Momentum 4 don't is not only the option to tap on the earbuds, but also the option to tap the area right next to the earbuds. So for example, if you're in the middle of a workout and let's say your hands are all sweaty, rather than tapping on the earbuds to control your music, you can just tap the area on the side of your face right next to the earbuds, and the controls will work the exact same way. And this isn't exactly new technology. We've seen other companies incorporate this in the past, but nonetheless, I do think it was a good move by Sennheiser. So as promised, let's go ahead and talk sound quality. I feel like if there's one thing that Sennheiser is known for, it's definitely sound, and both of these earbuds deliver. They're very dynamic, plenty of bass, plenty of clarity, but I do feel like the Momentum 4 just have a little bit more in the tank. And it makes sense when you go on Sennheiser's website and look at the exact specs because they have a greater frequency range. And to me, I feel like the bass is a tad bit punchier. I feel like it extends a little bit deeper, and I feel like the overall clarity is just a tad bit cleaner compared to the Momentum Sport. The Momentum Sport sound great, but if we're nitpicking, going back and forth side by side and comparing the sound, to me, the Momentum 4 are still the way to go 100%. Now, one thing I prefer about the Momentum Sport is the sound check feature inside the app. So this is similar to the personalized EQ that you have on the Momentum 4, except with the sound check feature, it allows you to customize the EQ using a song of your choice. So I feel like for most people, this is actually easier to use. Maybe with a firmware update in the future, they'll also add this option to the Momentum 4. Now moving over to noise cancellation and transparency, I feel like the performance between the two is pretty even. You could make the case that the Momentum 4 are slightly more effective, but again, for the most part, I'd say they're pretty much the same. All right, so let's talk microphones. Right now, we're connected to the Sennheiser Momentum Sport. As you can see, we are outdoors. We do have some traffic taking place behind me, so very curious to see how these stack up against the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 4. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, so now we've switched over to the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 4. Same outdoor environment. So again, very curious to see how the Sennheiser Momentum Sport stack up against the microphones we have on these. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I don't know about you guys, but to me, during that test, it seemed like the Momentum 4 were a little more effective at reducing the background noise. With that being said, I think it's pretty obvious that the Momentum 4 are still the best that Sennheiser has to offer as far as true wireless earbuds go. And when it comes to the Momentum Sport, you're really paying for the heart rate and body temperature sensors. So if you're a serious athlete, you might see the value in that. But aside from that, as far as sound quality and just most of the features overall, I'm still choosing the Momentum 4. So that covers it for this video. Feel free to let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And aside from that, appreciate you guys as always, and I'll see you in the next one.